Hello everyone, my name is George Diaz. I'm president and founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing, and I'm going to be giving the presentation today called Memberium Umbrella Accounts, as simple or as complicated as you need them to be. Here's the agenda we're going to be following. Let me share my screen and we'll kind of get off to the races here. So, there's my presentation deck. This is not going to be death by PowerPoint. We're really going to get into some of the details here. But here's our agenda. So we're going to be going over a set of examples. I've got 3 Memberium accounts that are set up as umbrella accounts or parent-child accounts, which is the other name that they use. So we're going to be going over 3 examples just so you can see them. I think if you see them, you'll get a really good appreciation for how they work. We're going to be going over the Infusionsoft campaigns and tags that we use, as well as the action sets for making them work. And I think once you see those, you'll see that they provide a lot of function, they provide a lot of power, which is why there's a lot of, I don't want to say tediousness, but there's just a lot of options. And just like Infusionsoft is very powerful, umbrella accounts are very powerful, which is why sometimes they can be overwhelming. There's just a lot that they can do for you, and you have to find out which feature is the one that works best for you. And then last, I'd like to demystify how they work. When I first started using umbrella accounts, when they became available about 2 years ago, there almost seemed like a magic to it. You assign someone as a parent, the parent now had the ability to manage these child accounts, and it wasn't really clear how they worked. Well, we've had a number of clients that needed to migrate parent-child groups from other systems. And in order to get that to work, we really had to get into the innards of how it works. And when you really get into it, it's not that complicated. David Bullock and Micah over there at Memberium have done just a great job of designing it so that it's multi-featured, it's easy to go a little bit under the covers and get what you need, while at the same time making it easy for just the average person to create a simple configuration. So you know a little bit more about me. I'm not going to go too far into it, but yeah, I'm an incessant blogger. I blog 3-4 times a week, covering Memberium topics about half the time. That's really where our team is really good. Just recently, I published a video showing umbrella account. It turns 2 this month. I was in Spain for a couple weeks, so I was talking about Infusionsoft marketing topics and how they apply to membership sites. Over here, I have a very detailed how-to on how to bump up the way you create Memberium welcome messages so that you always get them out and you never have to worry about sending out a bad password or a blank password. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you with our history too much. Let's get right into this. So I'm going to start by showing you a site that we've built. Now, I'm already logged in as a parent. So this is a site that has a lot of content you can get at these different articles if you're logged in and you have access. But where I'm going to be focused on this site and on the other sites is how the My Accounts page works. So if you look in here, this is your standard My Accounts page, right? You want to update some information about yourself, update a password. But what we do, because we know that this is a parent, is display this button that the other users, child accounts or regular users that don't have a parent-child setup, don't have any need to see. They're not going to be managing other accounts. Now, if I click in here, you'll see that this is, I'm an administrator, and as an administrator, I have a block of 4 memberships, and right now I've given access to 3. So these are the names and the emails of those people. We could have entered mobile numbers, but they're just not using those. And then I have the ability to enroll a new person. So I can go in here, first name, last name, email, street address. These are fields that could be optional. The name and the email are required. But if I come up and I add this person, then I'm going to use up this last spot. So out of the 4 spots, I'll have all 4 done. Now, let's say that this guy, Bob, leaves the company or is no longer associated with this account. I disconnect him. That reduces this number, so it would be back down 1. and now I free it up. So you have the ability to manage a block of membership accounts, give it to some people and then remove it and give it to someone else. Now, it can be set up so that you can only assign an account once, and then in order to get past the 4, you actually have to either buy more or request more, depending upon how your business runs. So this is a first example. The other 2 are very similar, but I did want to show you that, you don't have to make your site ugly. The site can be as cool as you want. This is using a nicer theme. So this has got the My Accounts over here on the sidebar. They provide a lot of information, just as a selection here. And then this last button is only available to parents. So when you go here, it's very similar. This one's just got a more compressed format. They only provide 1 additional membership other than the one for the parent. So you don't have that much of a luxury of having like 4 like the other one had. Now you can disconnect this and then add another one if you like. Because they're maximized right now, we're not displaying the enroll feature because we don't want to enroll anybody, since there are no more to be, there are no more open blocks to be assigned. So, here's another one. Example number 3. This one, they don't call it My Accounts, they call it My Profile. In this case, the parents, we name the level, the membership they have. Only the parent can cancel. Only the parent has privy to the invoices and the billing information, and only a parent can manage the members. And in this case, we have 4 accounts. We've only assigned 1. So in this case, here's the information. We could disconnect this person, or we can enroll new members. So that, in a nutshell, is what the membership feature, the umbrella feature, provides you. It's the ability to create this interface and allow people to self-service. And again, we're finding that more and more people are wanting to be able to do this. So next, I'd like to kind of start going under the covers and seeing how is it that we built this, these management pages. So I'm going to go over here to the church prayers. This is the first one that we reviewed. And I want to show you how we built both the My Accounts page, which gives this option, and then the Manage My Members page itself. So I'm going to bring over here so we'll see that this guy's name is Jonathan Boyer. I'm going to go over here, and here is the contact record in Infusionsoft. So there's the guy. If I go over here under tags, you'll see that he has this tag called Member is a Platinum Parent. I'm pretty big at naming my tags in a way that's easy to understand. If I go over to tags and list them all out, you'll see that tag number, the Member is a Platinum Parent, is tag 252. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into this page. So here I am on the website. I'll back out one step so you can see it. So here I am on that page. We're using the Thrive themes, and so we're using the Thrive Architect. So I'm going to go right into the page, this one here, and we're going to take a look at how we built it. So here it is, My Accounts. This stuff up here is the regular stuff. And so what we've done is use a simple mem has any tag. We're trying to see if it has 252. We're making these 2 buttons appear. This is the the standard subscription and invoices, which we would not show to a child account member because they have no business knowing how much was paid and is it paid and is it not paid. In this case, there's no cancel feature, but that would be a feature that you would put between these tags so only certain people could see it. So then we have the Manage Members here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the link that goes to, and let's open up that page. And you'll see that this page is a lot simpler than you would expect because the Memberium shortcodes do a really good job for us. So you'll see that, because I'm the administrator, it doesn't really show very well in here, but I'm going to go and look at the content. So if you look back at this page, you'll see that, I'm going to click here. if we go back on the page, you'll see that first of all, we have this first line here. So the way we do that is we just say, just a string, and then we say the umbrella child count. So this short code right here takes care of producing that right there. So if it's 1 out of 4, if it's 2 out of 10, however big your block is, that's taken care of with this one short code. The next thing we do is we show the umbrella list children short code. Now you'll see that short code right there takes care of the title, the disconnect buttons, all of this. This is really handy. So building one of these pages is really, really simple. And so I'll go one more. How do we build the child enrollment section? Now, I've decided to customize how I want this to look because we wanted more than basic information, which might be, let's say, first name, last name, email, and a phone number. So the short code allows you to add as many not as many, but the fields that you want. So in here, you'll see I have a label, and then this starts using HTML form syntax in there, and this takes care of building that form for you. So you only have to put in the labels and the input fields, and it takes care of matching these up with the corresponding Infusionsoft fields once you hit submit. So you do have to make sure that these are the names of the fields in Infusionsoft so that there's a matching between those, but you can take care of forcing things to be required or not. So as you can see, with a little bit of code, we've got a lot of power in here to give the administrator what they need to manage these people. So that's the front end of this and how that enables you to give the administrator what they need. Okay, so now let's go under the hood here and really understand how umbrella accounts get configured. So I'm going to go in here to the umbrella accounts page, and you'll see that, first of all, this tab is only going to be available if you have the pro version of Memberium. The standard version doesn't have it. So that if you don't see this tab, it's because you don't have the right Memberium license. So you have to set it to on. It would be no here, so it's on. Now, I'm going to kind of skip over this. We'll go over into these action sets in a moment, but this is the magic tag. If you remember just a little while ago when I was looking at the My Accounts page, I wrapped the Manage My Member button with that. So it's only displayed to members that have this tag. So that's how I know that this is a parent. Now, this tag is, part of the magic. When this magic is displayed, the umbrella account shortcodes work. If it's not on and you send, let's say, a child without this tag to that page accidentally, it's not going to allow you to enroll. So that enrollment shortcode is blank. You're not going to get the values which says 1 out of 4 users. That's going to be blank. And the listing of the child accounts is not going to work. So this is what makes a parent account a parent. This is a field that later on in this presentation, I'm going to show you how parent and child accounts are tied together. So hang tight, but this is a field where the matching happens, and this is a field in Infusionsoft. It can be either a standard field or a custom field, depending on how you want to configure it. Now, when I am a parent and I come up and I click on that button and I say enroll, it runs this child add action set, okay? And we keep them very simple. I've been using action sets because I've been a partner forever before they invented the campaign builder, but we're only using the action sets to start things off. So if I go over and look at the action sets, I just did a search on child under action sets, and you'll see that that matches those names exactly. So enroll a CPLN child member, that's this one. And all it really does is it assigns a trigger tag. So this is a tag that we're using as a tag goal in a campaign. That's all it does. And then this other one, the disconnect, this one triggers the remove the access. So we keep these really simple. Now I'm going to go over to give and remove access. Now, whenever we build any membership site, we always have a give and remove access campaign. And this is where we concentrate that function. And the reason we do it this way is so that you don't have access being given in different campaigns throughout your system. Everything is here. And if you want to give someone access because they purchase or because they fill out a form, whatever the case might be, it always relies on these trigger tags. So if you look at the action set one, which is the tag? Well, the tag is this one, which is give Platinum Child access. So that triggers Platinum Child access. So you see that's the tag. Now, this is how we give access to the parent. So this is standard Memberium function. Let me just walk you through the regular scenario. So the regular scenario is we assign them this trigger tag. It's just standard practice on our team. We always remove any tag that we prefix with the word trigger so that we don't use it for status. We don't use it for anything other than to start a campaign. Then what do? We assign them gold and platinum member. In this website, if you're a platinum member, that also entitles you to all the gold content. So it's stacked memberships. And then we give them, you know, the magical member is a platinum parent. And then we go and we send the welcome message. Now, in our campaign, we don't have to really get into this, but this campaign gives them a password. It waits a minute to make sure that the password gets set. And then we come up and we send them their login credentials. So this is the regular way we do it. Down here at the bottom, this is not a parent or a child. It's almost the same. We give them both gold and platinum. We just don't give them that parent tag. So they'll be able to log in, but they won't have the manage member tag. Now, watch what happens when we go to give the child access. So in here, we remove the trigger tag like we did before. We apply member is a platinum child. Now, the only reason we assign this tag is so that if I'm searching through Infusionsoft, I know that it's a child account. It doesn't trigger, signal, or do anything inside of Memberium. All it does is it allows us to search for children accounts if you want to do that. So I don't want you to think that this is a tag that's as special as this tag, because it is not, okay? So then the next thing we do is we send the welcome message. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, hold on. We haven't given this guy membership gold or membership platinum access. That's correct. Because it's a child account, it inherits those tags from the parent. That's the default behavior. So if I were to come up and give them access, what ends up happening is if the parent is a member and then let's say they stop paying, they cancel, whatever the case might be, and we remove the parent's access, if we had tagged the child account with the gold or the platinum membership tag, they would continue to be able to log in. So we want to take advantage of that inheritance so that when the parent loses access, all the child accounts are removed at the same time. So, you know, it's really important for us to never give a child a membership tag, or else you're locking them into that membership and you really lose the benefit of having this parent-child access. So that's how the parent-child access works. So let me go on to the next part, which is, okay, how do you assign the number of child accounts that the parent is allowed to give people. So for that, let me go over here. So I'm not logged in, but I did create a test account. It's this guy, JJ. So JJ Test has member is a platinum parent. He's gold and he's platinum. So he has these. And I want to show you that this person purchased a 3 membership tag, a subscription for a 3-member package. So if I go over here and I log in as this person, I hope I can get the password correct. Okay, so they're logged in. If I go to my accounts, you'll see that when I go to manage my members, this person has not allocated any memberships. So they have 0, but they have the number 2 here. So how did that number 2 get into that? And again, it's a 3 membership package. It's because it's the parent and 2 children. So we're selling it as a package of 3. If I go back over here to the umbrella account under subscriptions, I am assigning 2 seats, 2 active children for that product. Whenever I go to add, I get a listing here of all the subscriptions. Now, if you just have a regular platinum membership, you have 0. And in that case, we're never triggering for you to get any parent level. But if you get number 3, or let's say number 5, the 5 gives you 4, and this product, which has 10, gives you 9, the additional 1 being for the parent. So that's how that number comes up. But let's say that there's something special, either you're upselling, but you're upselling it offline, someone's, cutting you a check, or you're taking some sort of credit card payment in another system. You can use another feature to add memberships, child accounts. So what you can do is you can assign a tag to someone and have that tag give membership. Now, I've added a tag in here. I'm going to call it's a test tag. Test give additional 7 seats. So I'm just going to, I just created a tag for the purposes of this illustration. And I have that. So I'm going to go over here to this guy, JJ, and I'm going to assign him that tag. On the My Accounts page, we have a member synchronize shortcode, which means it forces a refresh of all the tags. And as a result, the site sees that this member has the tag, so it bumped it up from the 2 to the 7. So I'm trying to start demystifying how Memberium umbrella accounts work, and all we're really doing is assigning something in Infusionsoft, and then that comes up and it assigns a certain number of seats. So I can change this number here. I can change, let's see, the numbers here. And so if I did that, it would up the number again. Now, I can come up, if this person actually has 2 subscriptions, it would actually give them, this will be back to 2, it'll give them 4. So again, you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to the number of children. Now, the last thing I'd like to go over with you is how are the parent and child accounts connected? So I'm going to log in as with my test account again. And we'll go in here, my accounts, and I'm going to go to manage my members. Now, if I go behind the scenes and I go to the JJ account, there's a big number in here. So this number here is the one that defines this guy as the parent. So I'm going to go in here using the interface, and I'm going to create child number 2. No, it's child number 1. It's JJ child 1. Test JJ 1. Okay, so now we're going to add one of these guys. So there he is. It's located in this field. And then when I go over, when I go over here, I'm going to search for this JJ1. The account's already built. So when I go over here, remember when I told you there's a field somewhere here? So I'm going to go into the umbrella account field tab. And there's the referral code. So we're using the referral code field to store that value. And so you see that it created this record and it added that in there. Now I have this tag. We're triggering the child access. The campaign is running. It hasn't completed its job yet. But one of the things that it's going to do is it's going to generate a password, because you do need to have a password in this field. So there you go. That's creating the password. So if I go into the password field, there should be something there, and there is. So now I can log in as this person. So the reason I'm going over this is not to just show you some uninteresting innard. The thing is, we've been in a lot of situations where we have had customers that are migrating over parent and child relationships from another system. And we were able to reconstruct those by adding those numbers in there. So all you really need to have is that prefix in there. Let's see. So this is my child account. So the child account has to have this number with that prefix, and the parent account has to have that number with that prefix. So as long as these numbers matches in it, you can create your own numbers. So we've had to migrate over, a couple hundred of these groups, and what we do is we create a spreadsheet with all these values, and we create the relationships using that. And when you import them into Infusionsoft, Memberium will observe that, and assuming that the parent has that magical parent field set, tag set, everything works just fine. So, I hope this has been helpful to y'all. We've gone over quite a number of these parent-child accounts. If you'd like to reach out to me, I'd be more than happy to answer questions, share with you some of our campaigns and these strategies. So, feel free to connect, because, we're here to help out. We're here to engage with you as a consultant and make sure that, these parent-child accounts, these umbrella accounts, are put to good use in your environment. Hey, so if you're interested in working with us, I'd be glad to get on the phone with you and talk to you about it. Let me tell you a little bit about, my history and the history of our team in working these projects. So I've been working WordPress websites since 2007, and I was building websites, frankly, as far back as 1998. So, building websites, working the web has been something I've been doing for a long time. In 2010, I was blessed with having met Micah Mitchell. He was giving a presentation at Infusionsoft. Wasn't called Icon at the time. I think it was InfusionCon. And I joined his marketing automation group. He was, as he is now, very involved in membership sites at the time, and he encouraged me to learn, how to build membership sites. Matter of fact, he drilled it in me and taught me using the best of what he knew. And I really have to thank him for that, because for the last 4 or 5 years, we've been doing nothing but build membership sites. That's all we market. So we focus on the building of the membership sites, but also on the marketing of them. We've worked with a good number of people in helping them identify markets that can be serviced with their skill sets. That includes doing some pretty systematic market research, so that people tell you what it is that they want, how is it they'd like for you to deliver your membership site, your coaching program, your online course, and then selling it using, the kind of methods that we're used to using. So that's part of what we do both as a consulting, and then we also have a do-it-yourself version. Our do-it-yourself membership program actually installs a Memberium membership site with LearnDash into your hosting environment. We connect it up with Infusionsoft, and then we give you instructions, almost like paint by numbers, step by step. Here's how you update your logo. Here's how you update your color scheme. Here's how you put your course materials into it. Our point is we want to make sure that you're using what we consider best practices, and you apply those best practices to your market. The typical way we price our projects is, we talk it over with people. Our starting custom solution is about $3,700 US. That goes up to an average price of about $6,000, but we have worked with a lot of customers that are up in the $15,000 and the $20,000 range, just to give you an idea. Our do-it-yourself version is being promoted now at under $1,000. As that goes forward, it's probably going to go up into $1,500, $2,000 range. But it really is a do-it-yourself. It's great for someone building their first website. It's also good for an agency that's wanting to learn how to build membership sites. So, if you're interested in reaching out to me, my phone number is 305-815-5811. If you're international, just put a +1. That's a US number. And our website is at www.larryjacob.com. You can reach me through there on the Contact Us form. We have a chat box that comes to me as well. We're here to service you. Now, if we get on the phone and we're not a good match for you, I'll be the first one to tell you. We really don't want to be working with people that just aren't the right fit. And then oftentimes we refer people out to someone else who might be better. So, here we are to help you out. Glad I was able to help you with the lesson that was included before this. And good luck with everything.